If this video makes you angry, it's probably because I'm describing you. Let's talk about the signs of a low-value man. 1. You blame women instead of improving yourself. This is a modern epidemic. A low-value man spends more time complaining about women than he does improving himself. She only wants money. She only dates tall guys. She doesn't respect good men. Meanwhile, he's out of shape, undisciplined, bitter, insecure, and addicted to escapism. Women aren't the problem. Your standards are. High-value men don't whine. They build themselves into someone women want to respect. Not out of manipulation, but out of power and presence. Low-value men talk. High-value men rise. 2. You play the victim. This is the foundation of being low-value. Low-value men live in a story where everything is happening to them. Women are the problem. The world is unfair. Someone else always got the better hand. They never look in the mirror and say, "I created this." High-value men don't have perfect lives. They face setbacks too, but their default response isn't to cry about it. It's to adapt, to build, to take ownership. Every time you blame the world instead of taking responsibility, you broadcast one message loud and clear: I'm powerless. And nobody respects a man who's powerless. You don't attract respect by talking about how unfair life is. You attract it by taking action when no one is coming to save you. If you think your life is someone else's fault, that's not bad luck. That's weakness. 3. You have no direction. You wake up every day with no purpose. You drift. Your life is a blur of cheap dopamine, scrolling, gaming, complaining, escaping. You keep waiting for motivation to show up like a gift. It never does. The truth is, direction is a choice, not a mood. Even if you don't have everything figured out, a man of value moves towards something. He chooses a path and walks it. Low-value men float like leaves in the wind. High-value men build like architects. And here's the brutal part. If you don't choose a direction for your life, someone else will choose it for you. Your job, your environment, your addictions, your girlfriend, your phone. The difference between a leader and a follower isn't talent. It's clarity. If you do know where you're going, don't expect anyone to follow you. 4. You can't regulate your emotions. A low-value man has the emotional maturity of a teenager. He explodes over nothing, or he shuts down like a child when things get real. He lashes out when challenged. He turns cold when he doesn't get what he wants. He can't sit with frustration, rejection, or failure. This is why people don't trust him, because he's a ticking time bomb. Emotional regulation isn't soft. It's power. When the world gets chaotic, people respect the man who stays grounded. When your emotions own you, you can't lead anyone, not even yourself. And every relationship you have becomes unstable. High-value men still feel everything. They just don't let emotions drive the car. A man who can't control himself will always try to control others. And that's why people quietly distance themselves from you. 5. You're addicted to cheap comfort. This is one of the most common traps. Low-value men build their lives around comfort. They'll binge Netflix but can't commit to a discipline. They'll watch other people live their dreams instead of chasing their own. They numb out with food, weed, porn, or scrolling. And the worst part, they call it relaxing. No, that's not relaxing. That's escaping. When a man builds his identity around ease, he rots slowly. High-value men seek discomfort on purpose. They train, they learn, they build. not because it's easy, but because it sharpens them. The man who avoids pain becomes weaker than the pain he runs from. Your comfort zone isn't safe. It's a coffin. 6. You seek validation like a boy. You change how you talk, dress, or act just to be liked. You chase female attention like it's oxygen. You brag about achievements you barely earned. You're more obsessed with being seen than with being worthy of being seen. This isn't confidence. It's desperation. People can feel when a man is starving for validation. It leaks from your words, your energy, your eyes. And nothing kills attraction or respect faster. High-value men don't need the world to clap for them. They're already busy building their empire. Validation becomes a side effect, not the goal. If your entire identity depends on how others see you, you have no identity at all. 7. You run from responsibility. Low-value men love the rewards of manhood, but avoid the responsibility that comes with it. They want loyalty but can't give it. They want power but can't handle pressure. They want freedom but can't carry weight. Responsibility is the ultimate filter. It separates the pretenders from the men. A man who avoids responsibility is not respected. He's tolerated at best, and eventually he's replaced. A man of value doesn't need to announce himself. His responsibility speaks for him. 8. You can't say no. Low-value men have no boundaries. They give their time, energy, and attention to anyone who asks. They let women walk all over them, let friends take advantage of them, and then wonder why no one respects them. Saying no isn't rude. It's power. High-value men protect their energy like treasure. They know their worth and act like it. Low-value men give everything away and then act surprised when they feel empty. If your life is full of people who don't respect you, it's not them. It's because you train them not to. Boundaries don't push people away. They filter out everyone who shouldn't be there in the first place. 9. You fear being alone. This one stings. Low-value men can't stand their own company. They panic in silence. They chase relationships out of loneliness, not strength. They always need a distraction, a partner, a group, a crowd. Because being alone forces them to face who they really are. But hear the truth. A man who fears solitude will never be free. If you can't sit with yourself, you can't lead yourself. And if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anyone else. High-value men build an inner world so solid that solitude becomes power, not punishment. Being alone doesn't mean being weak. It means you have space to build. 10. You talk loud but do little. Low-value men are loud. They argue online. They posture. They talk about how real they are. But when it's time to act, nothing. They flex but don't fight. They bark but don't bite. They perform strength because they don't have it. High-value men don't need to announce themselves. Their work, their presence, and their results do the talking. The man who constantly has to tell everyone how alpha, real, or valuable he is loud bark, no backbone, low value. If this list offended you, good. The truth doesn't comfort weak men. It exposes them. And that exposure gives you a choice. Stay low value or rise. Every single man who ever became something more started in a place he wasn't proud of. But the difference between him and everyone else, he didn't hide from it. He fought his way out. Being low value isn't permanent, but denial is. A low-value man is not defined by where he starts. He's defined by whether he stays there. He's defined by whether he chooses comfort or growth. excuses or responsibility, noise or discipline. The world doesn't respect titles. It respects presence. It respects strength. It respects action. You can keep living like a boy, waiting for someone to fix it for you. Or you can get up, look yourself in the eye, and become the man you keep pretending to be. The choice is yours. If this video triggered you, it's probably because it hit the part of you that's been avoiding growth. Low-value men will argue in the comments. High-value men will silently get to work. Which one are you?